The Crafted Pen is on a mission to transform the careers and lives of over 300 job seekers in 2024. We are bridging the gap between you and your dream job. Today, your career transformation begins. Let the Crafted Pen write your success story on your Crafted Career podcast.
What's up, job seekers? It's Marlowe, you already know, and I am back again today with another crafted conversation. So today I want to discuss this amazing product that the Crafted Pen is rolling out called our DIY Resume Craft Packs. Now, I've made a couple of statuses about it, but I wanted to show my face and formally let you guys know just how great this is. This product is going to come with an ATS-friendly custom crafted resume template. This is a template that the Crafted Pen has built from a blank document. We do this because we want to make sure that we understand all of the formatting elements that have went into the template to ensure that the resume performs well in ATS systems. Then you'll receive the 50-page crafted resume blueprint. This 50-page ebook is going to walk you through all the different types of resume formats. It's going to walk you through understanding ATS systems, how to choose the best format, how to build your brand, all the way through all of the different resume sections. So it's really going to take you from point A to point B to make sure that you have a standout and compelling resume. Then you're going to receive the I Can Craft Success training. This 1-hour training is going to go through our I Can process: identify, craft, apply, and network. This is the same process that I utilized when I fell into that horrible hole called homelessness. And I use this process to help me navigate my job search and secure jobs that were going to be flexible, allow me to make my own schedule, and be within my salary range where I could work from home. I had many restrictions being a single mom, so it was very important for me to be able to pick and choose. And the only way I was able to do that was by having not only a good resume, but knowing how to integrate sales and marketing into my entire career journey. So we'll be providing you with that training so that you're equipped with the same tools that help us be successful. Last but not least, the greatest of all, once you have went through the resume blueprint, the training, and put a rough draft resume together, we will meet for 30 minutes to go over the resume and go over your brand. I will help you really hone in and perfect that brand statement and give you any final tips and suggestions that you may need to fully optimize the resume. Now, if you just throw your hands up and say, listen, I've done all I can do. I can do many things in life, but writing a resume isn't one. If that's you, then we will write the resume for you. And if you decide to move forward with us within 2 weeks of purchasing your package, we will take the amount that you use to purchase your package and apply it as a credit towards your resume revamp. So we are committed again to changing lives and to changing our community and being able to provide good value to underserved communities. So there's no better way to do that than to provide a very cost-effective product. I mean, less than $100, that's going to give you everything you need to still be successful. So in light of this amazing product today, I want to take you guys on the back end to see how we put our custom resume templates together. We really put our love and thought process into these templates. We don't just throw anything together. Everything is intentional. Everything is strategic. So without further ado, let's head back to the craft pen. Okay, guys, let's do this. So when I build a resume, I start in Microsoft Word. I know some people utilize Google Docs to build a resume, but me personally, I do not like the formatting in Google Docs. And 9 out of 10 times, most employers want to view your resume in a PDF format more often than not. So I like to use Microsoft Word. If you don't have Microsoft Word, it's very cost effective. You can get it for as low as $6 a month, and it is a very good tool to use for any document processing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layout and change my margins. I like to use a smaller margin because you're able to fit a little bit more on each page, which helps you to reduce the length of your resume. And the standard is not to go below a 1/2 inch margin. You want to stay within a 1/2 inch to an inch when you're setting your margins. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to build the resume out. So you want to start with the first and last name at the top. Also want to make sure that, again, for space conservation, just want to make sure you don't have any spacing before or after initially. You can add the spacing in later. So just going to build this out. So you put your first and last name, desired role, and job title. And then what I'm going to do next is provide the city and state. Okay. And then after that, you're looking at your phone number. So we're just going to say 555-555-5555. Call me. Okay, and then we're just going to say email address at emailaddress.com. If you do not have a LinkedIn, which anyone viewing this right now should have a LinkedIn. If you don't, please get a LinkedIn ASAP. LinkedIn is definitely a very great professional platform for those who are looking to grow their business or be successful in their job search. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to say this is where you will insert your personal brand headline. Now we're going to go to the professional objective. This is where, one thing I forgot here. Now, I normally like to list out the core competencies above the brand headline. With this here, this is just addressing those core areas that are in demand. I like to do extensive research when it comes to figuring out what those top 5 skills are that I'm going to put at the top. But this is very strategic again, and you want to make sure that you're not being repetitive, right? You want to make sure that your skills, everything that you're listing is coming off as intentional and not coming off as if you just packed a bunch of stuff on there and didn't really have any clear strategy in mind when you did that. So you just want to make sure you're not keyword dumping or putting too many skills, but I do like to highlight the top skills at the very top. Now this is where I start to go back and just kind of clean things up a little bit, remove the hyperlinks here, and then I'm going to add some space, okay, because again, we don't want anything to look too overcrowded. And then I'm going to go here, and I am going to do a top border, okay, and then down here, I'm going to start to type in where you insert the professional objective, okay. So all I'm really doing right now is just building the template and filling it up. So now this is the objective. So now we're going to do same thing with the areas of expertise. I also like to center those just because, again, it just helps things to stand out. And then here you really want to focus on skills that contain or have keywords. Keep that in mind. You want to make sure that you focus on hard skills as well when you're putting keywords in this area. If you're a professional with years and years of experience, most employers are going to assume that you have soft skills. So I would not recommend adding too many soft skills to this section. You really want this section to be focused on the key areas that's going to help you to do the job well. So those hard skills, those technical skills, that's what you really want to focus on. And you want to keep the skills on your resume to a minimum of 25. You don't want to have more than 25 skills on your resume collectively. So if you want to put 15 skills here and then down towards the bottom, you want to put technical skills, you're definitely able to do that. I would say with good selection and good research, you should be able to narrow down your technical skills and hard skills all in this one spot in 25 skills or less. I know a lot of times people don't typically like that. They feel that it takes away from a lot of the things that they've done, and they want to be able to showcase that information. But the good news is, just because you can't put it here doesn't mean that it doesn't exist on the resume. So you can always put it and weave it throughout the context. So throughout your work history, throughout your any volunteer experiences, throughout your professional objective, those are all additional areas where you can weave that information in. So now what I'm going to do is start to build out the other sections of the resume. This part here is like the introductory. Everything else is just really solidifying everything that you've claimed here. I like to add the career achievement section to the resume just because the career achievement section is going to give us more opportunity to address organizational pain points, okay? So if there's an employer that, let's say you're going for project management, right? So a pain point may be their ability to identify risks. So in that career achievement section, guess what? We're going to identify what those risks are and how we have addressed those pain points in the past. Again, all strategy, everything that we're doing on the resume is intentional. You never want to go more than 16 points with the name. And I want to stick to navy blue just because that tends to be, your navy blues, your greens, anything that you would see in a typical pen color or a standard color in Microsoft Word should be acceptable and should be doable. You just want to, again, make sure that you're being very, very conscious about how much color, how much bold you're using. You want to make sure that you're using everything pretty sparingly. You don't want to overuse anything on your resume in any way, shape, or form. You definitely want to stay away from italics. You definitely want to stay away from text boxes, tables, images, icons, all of the above. Stay away from it. Some people say, ATS resumes, some people believe that ATS systems can read columns, they can read tables. They may be advanced now, but for me, when I'm putting a resume together for my client, I'd rather not take the risk. So my best advice is that simple is always better. And if you can continue to just stick to that model, it will save you a lot of hassle. If simple is better with a nice, aesthetically pleasing design, I'll take that any day. So here, as you can see, I'm just making everything consistent. If you double click Format Painter, it will ensure that you keep that consistency throughout your designing in your resume. The last thing you want to have in your resume is a bunch of inconsistencies or errors, and that's another thing. Make sure you are proofreading your things, okay? Make sure you're making sure it needs to be error-free, period. Many employers have said if they see an error on the resume, they're done. You want to use action verbs that are strong and industry-specific. Then state the challenge, and we use the card method when we're setting up the bullets. This is where you're going to start with the action verb, then state the challenge. You're going to insert your actions or what you did, and then you're going to close it out. So you're going to close out with the result. And you don't want to exceed more than 5 bullets here. Again, this is a great section, but whenever you're doing anything on the resume, you just want to make sure you're not overdoing it, okay? So that's very important. I know sometimes we get caught up on the good things in our resume and we want to overdo them. Keeping it very simple is the way that you want to go. This is the best date format, okay? This is the most recognized format in ATS systems. Outside of this, you can also use the actual month spelled out in the date. So you would do like January 2024. You would never do Jan 2024, right? And copy that. I'm just going to duplicate that. Okay. So you want to make sure that you don't have more than 5 resume bullets in each section. And really, the only section that you should have more than 3 resume bullets in would be the most recent job experiences. Anything that you've had that's a little bit older, you don't necessarily need to have 5 or 6 bullets. Again, making sure that we're keeping things to a point where they are getting to the point, but not overdoing it. Okay. So this would be for like a project management position. This would be for someone who has more than 10 years of experience. If you have 10 years or more of experience, it is more than okay for you to utilize a 2-page resume. I see a lot of people in panic over that. Oh, my resume is too long, things like that. And I wouldn't worry about it if you have 10 years or more experience. Okay, so as you can see, this is the resume template that we built today. Again, when I built this template, this would be more of a hybrid format for a mid-level professional with 10 or more years of experience that's pursuing a more formal role. Of course, you can get a little bit more playful if you're going for a role that is more in the more like artistry focus or creation focus or creativity focus, then I would say yes, it's okay to add a little bit more color popping to the resume. But if you're going for a more formal position like office or healthcare or legal or anything along those lines, you want to make sure to keep everything professional. Use colors that you will find in a typical pen and use those gray, black, and blue tones on the resume to add that personality and make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I thank you guys for joining me today and allowing me to show you how the Crafted Pen continues to put together compelling resume templates that function well in ATS systems and that land more interviews. This is part of the secret sauce using this template, and you will be receiving a template when you purchase your DIY resume craft pack. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Crafted Conversation, job seekers. If you have not already registered for our product launch party that's going to be held virtually on Zoom, then you are already a step behind. You can visit our page. You can reach out to me directly. I will also include the link in the description to this video so that you can register to attend our virtual launch party. We'll be giving away prizes, LinkedIn optimization updates, free resume reviews, and free templates. So you do not want to miss out on this. We'll also be taking you through how to use the products interchangeably with one another to actually build the resume. We will be building a resume live. I will be answering any questions that you might have during that session, and I will be choosing 10 product testers. So I know that you want to be a product tester because anyone knows when you're testing a new product, you get big discounts. And we already know that this works, right? We have a proven track record of this working. So you do not want to miss this. Tune in. It is going to be Sunday, June 23rd from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much. Get crafted.
The Crafted Pen is on a mission to transform the careers and lives of over 300 job seekers in 2024. We are bridging the gap between you and your dream job. Today, your career transformation begins. Let the Crafted Pen write your success story on your Crafted Career podcast.